Good evening and welcome to Coplick's Family Sports Park, home of Gold Coast United, who host a red-hot Brisbane City for your Saturday night. Gold Coast United with a win and a loss, with a stroke in the win and loss column to start the year after falling short in the derby last weekend. Right here at home, we'll be looking to bounce back in a big way. As for the visitors, they are hoping to keep their winning form to the new season in all competitions alive as they eye off what would be their third consecutive win in the league. We'll now run through the starting 11s for either side. This is how they're expected to line up. For the the hosts in Gold Coast United. It will be Carlos Eliadare in goal. Zahi Addis, Daryl Bright, Blake Thompson and Lockie Remmers make up a back four. Daniel Diaz will play in front of them as Nick Panetta, Teddy Watson and Chris Lucas will lead the line with a front three. As for Brisbane City, well, a very similar setup. Carl Pector at the back. A back four containing Masashi Yokoyama, Matthew Richardson, James Meredith and Cohen Allen. Oliver Plusnan will sit ahead of them in the sixth role as Malachi Love Samira, Braden Doolan and Solomon Weldemariam are the front three on show tonight. Weather conditions, temperature sitting at around 24 degrees. And there's predicted showers throughout the day. However, conditions seem nice and dry this evening as Gold Coast United will get us underway, running from right to left in their home kit. Brisbane City rocking their home kit also tonight. It's an absolute feast in the NPL men tonight, headlined by this one right here, right now. Buckle up as it's about to go, as it's time to go on the Gold Coast. And Gold Coast United will assume possession from the kickoff as they look to settle into the rhythm of things, coming off a 2-1 loss in the derby last weekend. There it is on your screens. They got off to a flyer up at Ballinger Park. However, succumbed to the might of Gold Coast Knights. And they did push them. Fraser Hills scoring in the final 5 minutes to set up a bit of a finish for Coplix. However, it ended the way of red on that occasion. And as for Brisbane City, well, a 3-2 win against Sunshine Coast Wanderers at home. And prior to that, it was a 1-0 win against the Brisbane Raw Youth. Both games at home for Brisbane City. And in that 1-0 win, it was Malachi Love Samira, the only goal scorer. This is their first away game too of the season for Brisbane City. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare down south. As for Gold Coast United, well, the only game they played at home was last weekend, and that was a loss. They'll be looking to rectify that, no doubt, as Yokoyama finds Doolan, and it's a bit of tiki-taka. City can't quite keep possession. And the arm raised in favour of Brisbane City. Masashi Yokoyama starting for the first time this year in the league. Brisbane City have named the same lineups in rounds 1 and 2. However, tonight they don't have Matthew Jones at the back, and Jonathan Caspanello has been pushed back to the bench after starting in the first 2 weeks, while Masashi Yokoyama along with Cohen Allen have both been called up to start and both feature in the back line. Masashi Yokoyama on the right, Cohen Allen on the left, and James Meredith will partner Matthew Richardson in the heart of defence. So a bit of a different looking back line for Brisbane City for the first time this year. As Doolan gets it away to Halliday, and Braden Doolan trying to keep the play alive for his side. He's running out of tricks. However, Brisbane City will be happy to earn the ball back and take their time in building up this play. Speaking of Matt Jones, he is missing tonight, and the other notable outs include Noah Maioroni and Kai Bolton. Both are expected to feature for Brisbane City in 2024. Both named in the squads to start the year, however, either yet to find the field for Brisbane City. So quite the range of depth for Carl Dodd and his side. When you've got Myroney and Bolton sitting on the bench and your midfield already consists of Rigby, Halliday and Plusnan. Things are going pretty well. Be interesting to see how they slot into the lineup. As they say, don't fix what's not broke, as Brisbane City have been firing on all cylinders so far this year. And Weldemariam's ball back into the area. Just sat up for a moment. Rigby will lash at it, and it forces a stop from Carlos Saliadare. Well, that's one for the highlight reel right there and then. Gold Coast United's number one called into action, and hasn't he been in some great form? Pulled off some fantastic saves last weekend in the derby. And he cleaned up the individual awards last year as well. And that one there was tracking nicely from Jesse Rigby. It's just starting to dip at the tail end, and Saliadare got a glove to it, as there's a little bit of concern here. It looks as though it's Masashi Okiyama. He's just receiving some attention. He averaged 15 recoveries per 90 minutes in the National Premier League's Queensland last season, and that ranked him in 5th place. Certainly played a handy part in Brisbane City's year, as they bowed out of the final series after a 2-1 loss against Moreton Bay United in the semi-final. They were down 1-0, and then a Sam Knight own goal drew them level before Joe Scott sent Moreton Bay United flying to Suncorp. And of course, to get themselves there, Brisbane City had to overcome Lions at home, and that was a 2-1 victory on that occasion. However, 2023, a distant memory now, as the Cover Pro Series got us underway, and now the league is here, of course. This is our 3rd round of action. While it is a distant memory, it's hard to forget Jack Benham's goal in that qualifying final at home against the Lions. The young man handed the keys to the city by Carl Dodd as he started in the midfield and got off to a great start on that one, did the hosts. And they held on that occasion, but now with the bolstering of their lineup in the off-season, they'll be hoping to go one better. And of course, signings this week just announced include Sam Flannery and Bilal Sadazai, both not featuring tonight, but both named during the week, as a chance brewing here for Brisbane City. Solomon Weldemariam puts the shot to the left of the post. And again, it's enterprising play. Malachi loves Samira down the stretch. Carlos Saliadare seemed to have it all covered. If Gold Coast United aren't careful, they might concede one here at the moment. Just the way this Brisbane City side has started, and they're in attacking intent. And Yokiyama, or Masashi Yokiyama rather, will not feature again tonight. That is a big out, as Jonathan Caspanello has been brought on from the bench. And Carl Dodd forced to his substitutes less than 10 minutes into the match. It's Chris Lucas got the shot away. And Pector falling to his left. Big news there. Carlos Saliada, or rather, Masashi Yokoyama out of this match, and Jonathan Caspinello coming on for the away side. Made his senior debut in 2022 with Brisbane City. And this is his 5th season at the club.
That was me last week. I don't blame you, actually.
In comes the corner. And Panetta gets it clear. Halliday just cruising, and then saw the intensity in Fraser Hills. So he had to get moving himself. And United eventually clear. Xavier Pratt looking for the run of Teddy Watson, and Brisbane City will again hold court as they fall into possession. Cosnan just had a little bobble at the moment of impact. That lands for a throw-in for Gold Coast United, who hold the wood over Brisbane City in their previous 5 meetings. 4 wins to Gold Coast United, 1 to Brisbane City. And Brisbane City won the most recent game against these two on the 26th of August last year. A 4-1 win over Gold Coast United. But prior to that, it was all the side in yellow. They've really dominated this fixture in recent seasons. There's that one easy for Carlos Saliada to collect. And since 2018 in all competitions, well, Gold Coast United 7 wins, City 4 wins and 0 draws. The largest win between these two in most recent seasons came in 2018, where Brisbane City knocked over Gold Coast United 5-1. That was on the 16th of June, 2018. So that's the tale of the tape coming here this evening. There's Love Samira looking for Doolan, and Doolan gets the shot away. It was a delayed one, as he was just waiting for the ball to behave. They are relentless up top, Brisbane City. They will not give you a second to breathe, as they have so much pace and flair at their disposal. And this time it was Braden Doolan. Mind you, Gold Coast United had numbers back, making Carlos Saliada's job a little easier, but the danger not yet thwarted as Brisbane City turn it in, and Love Samira asking for support. Caspinello whipping it into the area. Watson will have a little bit of time to deal with the situation, and he does well, Teddy Watson. And Daniel Diaz collected by Scott Halliday. Not a lot in it. Halliday just getting caught out there as Diaz was about to swerve by him. Meredith can't get underneath it. However, it does find a sky blue jersey, but Gold Coast United have possession back, and the flag will rise. Goal kick it is. Yeah. Teddy Watson having a nice moment. Signed from Surfers Paradise Apollo and had a stellar career with the Surfers Paradise base club. Made his NPL debut against the Sunshine Coast Wanderers. We played a good portion of the match before getting the early mark, as the job was done that night at Ballinger Park. And of course, had his first taste of a derby in the National Premier League's Queensland last weekend. And back up top tonight. May see more minutes tonight as Kai Tapaldo is the one out for Gold Coast United, who was a regular member in the starting 11 and substitutes so far this year. So with Kai Tapaldo out due to injury, a chance for Teddy Watson to potentially see out the 90 if required. However, they do have Jack Peroni and Christian Martinez on the bench, both very handy replacements. As here he is, Watson, spotting it away for Lucas, and Xavier Pratt made his run on the inside. Doolan, fleet-footed, hugging the touchline. Has Zahiatis right on his toes. Halliday scheming in field. Halliday, this time straight at that pink jersey. That's happened a few times tonight in the 3 shots on goal. It's pretty well fallen in the hands of Carlos Aliadare, apart from Jesse Rigby's effort, which certainly tested the captain of Gold Coast United. Now down the other end, Carl Pector. Lucky to land the ball at Caspanello's feet. It was a miscued clearance. And now Rigby loses his footing and earns the free kick, as he seems to be in a little bit of pain here, Jesse Rigby. Not much wrong with Diaz there, as he was just going for the ball. And Rigby was collateral damage in that one, as he's back up and moving. Sixth v for third. Sitting inside the top 4, Brisbane City, and Gold Coast United, well, just outside of it for now. So much hype for this game coming here this afternoon. And so far it has been an entertaining match, as we do have another brief pause in play. This time it's Blake Thompson slow to his feet. Former member of Mount Druitt Rangers, Blake Thompson. So he slots back into the back line. So experience down south for the centre back of Gold Coast United. And his partner in crime, Daryl Bright, also a new acquisition this year, along with Teddy Watson from Surfers Paradise Apollo. Many sides profiting from Surfers Paradise Apollo's talent this season. Quite a few names have made their way to Gold Coast United and the NPL in general.
this and that sort of thing. And so he actually visualised a lot more. And I spoke to him about it. I think he visualised it. He goes, scoring.
Certainly goals in this one. You can expect that, I'm sure, as the last 5 meetings have all brought goals. The lowest scoring match was on the 21st of May 2023. That was a 1-0 win to Gold Coast United. However, 4-1, 3-1, 3-1. They're the results that have preceded tonight. And you just think with Brisbane City's attack and the class that Gold Coast United boast up front as well. The ball could be finding the back of the net on a couple of occasions as Richardson showing a little bit of it to Watson. And now Gold Coast United have it back through Diaz. He can't quite pick his pass forward. And Remmers made the risky tackle. Paid off in the end, however, that one doesn't for Gold Coast United.
Yeah, I've just scored a goal. It's like boom, boom.
Meredith. Love Samira. Bundled over the dead ball line by Blake Thompson. It will be a goal kick, which Carlos Salidare isn't in a rush to pick up. Here it is again. Quite a strong figure, Blake Thompson. And did well to shield the ball over the side, over the byline. As Salidare is back in position, and plenty of games going on around the National Premier League's Queensland tonight. Redlands United and Brisbane Roar Youth. They kicked off at 5:30 p.m, so they'll be locked in at half-time right now. Peninsula Power and Gold Coast Knights are due to kick off at 6:30, so in 8 minutes' time, Sunshine Coast Wanderers face Moreton City Excelsior, and then Rochdale Rovers face off against Wynnum Wolves at 7:30 later tonight. So take your pick on this Saturday evening. Of course, Brisbane City hosting Gold Coast United in the NPLW. That is underway right now at Imperial Corp Stadium. For us, certainly lucky to be here as Gold Coast United now look to tick up the possession stats. Doesn't quite work out as they play it forward. Thompson receiving a little push in the back. Weldemariam just letting him know he is right behind him. And a throw-in ensues after that tussle. It's a long throw-in. Pratt can keep it in play. And Jesse Rigby has gone the closest so far in terms of finding the first goal of the night. And he, along with Malachi Love Samira, Solomon Weldemariam, James Meredith and Matthew Richardson, all new faces in 2024. They are most certainly the key signings to this Brisbane City outfit as Rigby finds Doolan. Doolan cutting it across, and Remmers had to clear. Otherwise, Weldemariam would have been licking his lips, waiting at the back post. And you saw the new signings combine there through Rigby, Doolan, and Weldemariam. Carl Dodd did not waste time in the off-season. Of course, Matthew Richardson coming from Moreton Bay United, Jesse Rigby, most recently a Lions FC member. Malachi Love Samira and Solomon Weldemariam both coming from Redcliffe in Peninsula Power. So plenty of success at all of those clubs in recent seasons, and now they all combine for Brisbane City. Not to mention James Meredith, also signing this year, wearing the captain's armband, spent 10 years abroad for York City, Bradford City and Millwall. And he also had stints in the A-League with Perth Glory and Macarthur Bulls. Lining up at centre-back tonight. Saliadare punches it away. Caspinello looking for a teammate in the middle, and Carlos Saliadare puts another moment on his ever-growing highlight reel. That is unbelievable from Gold Coast United's captain. It was Malachi Love Samira who got the header goal bound. And Saliadare makes the stop. However, Brisbane City continue to come. And Cohen Allen getting a little trigger happy there as he was reaching for the ball and never actually went out of play, hence the free kick to Gold Coast United. Well, there are a lot of great keepers across Queensland, not only in the National Premier League's Queensland, but you will have to go a long way to see a better stop than from Carlos Saliadare moments ago. Of course, that's the second great stop of the night. The first was a parry over the top off a Jesse Rigby shot, and this time it was a point-blank header from Malachi Love Samira, reaching behind him to deny Brisbane City their first. Watson hunts down the ball. Zahiades calling for it in space. As Gold Coast United look to find a moment of their own. Yet to trouble Carl Pector between the sticks as Diaz shuffles it along for Pratt. Addis. Diaz. Patient she goes from Gold Coast United. Bright uses Fraser Hills as support. And now Brisbane City look to clamp down on Gold Coast United. They get away with it there as Saliadare picks out a teammate. And Cohen Allen finding room, and now Weldemariam. Rigby, his pass falling short, and Fraser Hills, a live wire in the midfield for Gold Coast United, gets it to Chris Lucas, and there's your opening goal. Chris Lucas gets Gold Coast United on the board as they look to bounce back in round 3. Just prior to the hour mark. Chris Lucas profits from the energetic Fraser Hills, winning the ball back. And then gets the better of Carl Pector. As it is 1-0, Gold Coast United. Here he is again. Chris Lucas, and Teddy Watson was the man he was searching for. Well, that changes things. Brisbane City holding the run of play. Gold Coast United holding the lead. Quite a seesawing opening half hour here at Coplex Family Sports Park. As Brisbane City look for a response. Addis clears. And Cohen Allen not making the same mistake twice, ensuring that the ball did indeed cross the chalk. Of course, the whole of the ball has to cross the whole of the line. It's potentially what tripped up Cohen Allen earlier.
They seem to be doing a lot of jumping and trying to head it. There's a lot of He's on, give it!
And now Lucas trying to sneak in behind. Diaz it was. Trying to thread the needle forward as Doolan and Fraser Hills go at it. Now it's Halliday. Doolan winning it back and trying to turn out of the challenges. Playing in tight spaces, these two at the moment. Gold Coast United getting away with it as Panetta pirouetting away and earning the free kick. Well, some sublime skill from Nick Panetta. And eventually earned the whistle. The sun's setting. Beautiful day in Queensland once more. As the lights begin to take full effect. Further upfield as Caspinello take the throw inside Gold Coast United's half. Potentially earning a few unregistered metres there. Now Weldemariam. Weldemariam shot. Threatening but not close enough. He's not afraid to cut back in, Solomon Weldemariam. And so far in season 2024, that has happened quite a bit. Just missing the target, but that has happened quite a bit. Just missing the target, but the moment he dials in and finds his range, well, he's going to be a hard man to stop, no matter where he takes things on from. Of course, early in the season, just finding his feet. A new shade of blue for Solomon Weldemariam, former member of Brisbane Royal Youth as well. I'd be surprised if he features on the score sheet tonight, if there is a Brisbane City goal, of course. who have had 4 different goal scorers. They've only scored 4 goals all year, and those goal scorers include Braden Doolan, Jesse Rigby, Masashi Yokoyama, and Malachi Love Samira. And it's a similar story for Gold Coast United. They too have scored 5 goals in the league, and 5 different goal scorers. Fraser Hills, Chris Lucas, Nick Panetta, Jack Peroni, and Kai Tapaldo. If you include tonight, Chris Lucas will sit at the top of the tree after finding his 2nd for the season, and the 6th for Gold Coast United. And as Plusnen's shot deflects away, Caspinello couldn't get by, and Saliadare holds his hands high. So Chris Lucas leading the way for Gold Coast United. He was a Gold Coast United youth player back in the day when the A-League youth was knocking about. Made his debut against Sydney FC. Has quite the resume under his belt. And returning to this club as Blake Thompson nods it back. Now Plusnen firing it forward. Doolan couldn't grow a little tall as the ball lands back with the hosts. Lucas does well. Now Rigby. Halliday, so silky. Now Plusnen. They start to go through the gears here as Cohen Allen again finds the man in pink. Lucas. Fraser Hills. Has Zahi Addis in support and decides to put the foot down. Fraser Hills. Now it's Addis. And the ball landing back at Fraser Hills. It was Xavier Pratt who looked to be trying to get out of the way, but instead landed in the flight of the ball. Addis. They've had a battle tonight, Braden Doolan and Zahi Addis. Certainly exciting to watch. They both go at each other, and it will be a contest that intrigues as this game ticks over. Carl Dodd may be a little disappointed going into half-time. His side has potentially just had the upper hand so far in this half, but nothing to show for it. Chris Lucas, the goal scorer for Gold Coast United, coming in the 29th minute. And of course, Masashi Yokoyama substituted off in the 8th minute due to injury, as it was Caspinello making his way on the field, and it is that man Caspinello who can't link up with Doolan. You wouldn't assume too much time will be added on at the completion of this first half.
Thousands of those little decisions in every single game that change. It's frustrating because you're playing in the ball. No, I think it started being a bit of shooting the ball, but after he's got a couple of back, they get it. Frankie's stepped up and had a couple of shots. Because he's in the center position. He's got more responsibility to have to stay back. So That's why get the ball at your feet, drive.
So into the final 30 seconds of the 45, excluding any added time. But of course, up to the referee's discretion. As Doolan clattered to ground. Saliadare well and truly out of position. There's bodies everywhere. Fraser Hills fighting back for Gold Coast United. And there seems to be trouble here as
I think Carlos thought I'm running.
it was happening left, right and centre. Right down the centre third of the field.
Now you get a punch in at the edge of it, right? Only to realise, oh shit, this isn't going where I needed to.
Saliadare came well and truly off his line. Doolan was hunting for Brisbane City and there was a mighty collision. And conversations continue.
Fucking dragons.
This time it's Darryl Bright and Jesse Rigby having a few choice words with one another. And City, one play to continue as they get the ball rolling. Plusnen trapped on the corner of the 18-yard box. And now Meredith had to quickly sweep one away. There's another collision here. Cohen Allen this time walking away from the tackle. And it looks as though Lockie Remmers is the man down for Gold Coast United. So this first half just splattering to a conclusion as it's been quite a stop start. So far we've only had one player unable to continue in Masashi Yokoyama. Hopefully there is no more. Carlos Saliadare receiving treatment. Zahi Addis also being attended to by the trainer. And now more trouble here for Gold Coast United. We certainly hope all is okay here as it seems to be quite serious. The Gold Coast United bench up off their feet. Up on their feet, rather. And now Remmers. And assisted off the field. And Saliadare just putting in his thoughts. As time continues to tick and we get play underway and a substitution being made here. Lachlan Remmers will no longer continue as Braden Spink will see out the first half and one would assume will be back for the second 45. As Blake Thompson posts it forward. Richardson. He's got tangled up with Chris Lucas and he knew it. He has the ball back. Watson. Smooth. Cutting through Brisbane City defenders. And then Carl Pector happy to watch that fly by as that is the end of what was an eventful 45 minutes plus. Half time at Coplix Family Sports Park. And it is Chris Lucas, the man who separates the two after a goal in the 29th minute. Don't go anywhere As we'll be back after these messages for round 3 of the National Premier League's Queensland. At half-time, it is Gold Coast United 1, Brisbane City 0.
The Matildas are on fire, but the Socceroos have the breakthrough.
How do I finish this now? One straight off.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Wasn't last year, it was the year before. Everyone played, there were 6 original players in the range.
Oh, that's before we came.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a match, yeah.
Yeah, no, the
Yeah.
year you came.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we only had 6 originals left. Because everyone... Already done the line, stand by yourself. Everyone was just thinking about winning. That's all I wanted to do. We were losing. Just wait after wait. That's my purpose. Well, I think that's I feel like that's how they were gauging. If we weren't winning games, obviously we aren't developed because we're still winning. But
Even though today,
I think it's only this year. And last year,
You're getting a big one.
whereas the years leading into that, like the reason everyone was leaving, because they were so supportive of individual backers.
oh, you're not playing as a team.
You want to run all the way up the field and score a goal, you're 100% behind you. And we support, we actually want you to do that. Well, that was
under 9.
yeah.
That was an under 9.
It wasn't so much the coach, it was the club for it. If we
The difference.
support that kind of, they're going to create more opportunity, and then we can teach them. We can teach them to be a
Welcome back to Coplix Family Sports Park as Gold Coast United and Brisbane City are ready to rock and roll for the second 45 minutes in round 3 on this Saturday night. Who will come out on top after the next 45? It is Brisbane City who get us going once more. And Meredith shapes up to Allen. Rigby back to Meredith. They look to get a touch on the ball, Brisbane City, in what was a dominant half from their perspective. However, the only stat that counts is the one they probably aren't winning, and that is the goal scoring section of the match. And Brisbane City will be hoping to turn that around. As for Gold Coast United, well, Chris Lucas, the man of the moment so far, putting his side ahead. And Gray Piddick will be hoping to hold on and find some more as there's a chance brewing here. Did it hit hands? They're all happy to allow play to continue. Well, a moment with some conjecture. Teddy Watson lashed at it. It was Allen and Meredith who got in the way but couldn't get out of the way, if you know what I mean. And, well, play did not stop. And no doubt Brisbane City breathed a sigh of relief after that one.
He beats you, and you're like, you know what I'm going to do? All you have to do is continue your line.
And if you're just joining us, well, 2 substitutions have been made already due to 2 injuries. From as much as we know, they include Masashi Okiyama and Lachlan Remmers, both the wide defenders for Gold Coast United and Brisbane City respectfully. Jonathan Caspanello joining the fray in the 8th minute for the away side after Masashi Okiyama couldn't continue. And then right on half-time, Lachlan Remmers had some heavy contact involving Cohen Allen, and that brought Braden Spink onto the park. So it has been a tough tussle out in the middle. Expect that to continue. There's Meredith attempting to draw the foul and does so successfully. Rigby had traffic incoming, and now Blake Thompson not sure what to do with it here as he sets off looking to beat defenders. Chris Lucas gets the better of Halliday, and they are able to play forward through Pratt, Gold Coast United. And they've only lost one so far this year. The home side, that was last weekend. Prior to that, well, they had a 6-1 win against Moreton City Excelsior. And that's the QPL 1 side in the Kappa Pro Series. And in round 1 of the Kappa Pro Series, they also knocked off Redlands United with the 2-0 win. And in between those two meetings and the derby, they faced Sunshine Coast Wanderers, which of course they ran away with victory there. So last weekend, a little hiccup if you look at it from a wide angle. Gold Coast United's season so far. And I'll be hoping to extend this good form. And they aren't the only ones in good form. Brisbane City are too, as we see a free kick here. Some lovely intertwining build up, and then Brisbane City wanted a free kick there. Scott Halliday jumped in, and instead he drew the whistle. And talking about good form, well, Brisbane City coming into tonight in their past 5 fixtures, or pretty well all competitive games so far in season 2024, they have a 23-3 aggregate score in favour of themselves. As Halliday wheels out of that one, the free kick does come. It's just a minor moment. 23-3 in favour of Brisbane City in terms of an aggregate score over the past 5 games they've played. All 5 games they've played so far in 2024. It started with a 2-1 win against Olympic. They knocked over Capalaba 14-0. Those 2 games in the Kappa Pro Series. They knocked over Ipswich 3-0. That also in the Kappa Pro Series. And then 2 wins so far in round 1 and 2 in the league. So they'll be hoping to find that form, and especially those goals they've been able to boot in this second half. As the free kick comes here for Gold Coast United. Daniel Diaz will be the man to take it.
Do you have offside?
We have offside.
As they promote bodies forward, Gold Coast United.
What, at school? Yeah.
Here comes the ball from Diaz. And Blake Thompson got a head to it. Carl Pector looked to have made a touch in between the delivery and the conclusion. He may not have got there, Carl Pector. And Blake Thompson, anticipating it, did all he can, as it was a tough one to manage. Love Samira. Isn't given any room by number 4 in Blake Thompson. He's everywhere at the moment. Watson. Spraying the ball out wide, and Braden Doolan covering for Brisbane City. Meredith, Plusnan. And Cohen Allen finding space in behind, but once again Blake Thompson deals with the threat. And Gold Coast United coming off a loss last weekend. If things stay this way, it will be the first loss for Brisbane City this year. That's something they'll be looking to protect. And it's not as if they've drawn their games. They have all been wins. As I mentioned before, that 23-3 aggregate score. As Allen gets by Spink. And Halliday for Doolan. Carlos Saliadare gets in the road once more. Play still alive for Brisbane City as Rigby, Halliday, Scott Halliday. Well, Gold Coast United do enough. Brisbane City throwing everything they have at them. Rigby with the back heel, Halliday with the shot. Saliadare getting in the road again. How are they going to get by this Gold Coast United defence, in particular, Carlos Saliadare? No doubt they have the strike too, but man, oh man, it is proving a tough task tonight. For whatever reason, they seem to be picking him out. Maybe that pink jersey standing out under the bright lights, but they can't seem to put the ball either side of him. The one shot that is truly threatened was Jesse Rigby, and that went over the top of Carlos Saliadare before he got a hand to it. And mind you, there was another that involved Malachi Love Samira in one of Carlos Saliadare's best saves as Gold Coast United deliver a shallow free kick. Rigby. Waldemariam. Allen. Looking to promote the ball forward. Zahi Addis can only give the ball back to Brisbane City. And they finally get the whistle thereafter as the yellow card comes out. That's the first one for the night. Zahi Addis, the man in the book. Doolan, hands on hips as he sums up the scenario. Richardson trying to get free. Meredith up there too. And Meredith comes flying through. Saliadare plucks it from thin air. And Chris Lucas was on his bike, however, the kick a little too big. Just and around the grounds at last moment of checking, it was Redlands United 1, Brisbane Royal Youth 0. That was at the 63rd minute mark in that one. That may have changed. However, that is the latest update I received. And Peninsula Power 0, Gold Coast Knights 0. That was also early on in that match. That scoreline potentially a different one right now. However, that is how it stood as of 15 minutes ago. And now Lucas had Allen to contest with, and Cohen Allen wins the duel. He's had some nice moments, the youngster tonight. Cohen Allen. Sign from Peninsula Power. Here's another one from AJ Kelly Park. As Meredith gets a little lucky. Now Rigby finds space to attack with as Caspinello looking to keep the things alive for Brisbane City. He doesn't receive the pass back, and Richardson puts a stop to the rolling ball, and away goes City back through Meredith. They have looked to go around Gold Coast United, looked to go through them. You know, they're just one moment away, one moment of some brilliance from setting this game right up, as that time that wasn't going to come from Braden Doolan. Despite the effort, Spink. They're all quite relaxed in the defensive quarters there, Gold Coast United, despite the pressure from Brisbane City. They coughed up the ball, but got away unscathed. Allen. Meredith. Pector finds Richardson. Caspinello. Loves Samira. Trying to find Demariam, and now Braden Doolan. Didn't beat Carlos Saliadare to his clearance. And then Gold Coast United throw in. Last year was a successful season in many people's minds for Brisbane City. They finished fourth on 35 points, of course, bowed out in that semi-final to Moreton Bay United. And they had a record of 10, 5 and 7. 10 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses. And the year prior to that, well, they missed the top 4. They finished 5th on 33 points. 10 wins, 3 draws and 9 losses on that occasion for Brisbane City in 2022. In 2021, they didn't feature in the National Premier League's Queensland, and of course in 2020, well, it was a very disappointing year after succumbing to relegation. Only won 5 games and drew 5 that year, and lost 14, finishing at the bottom of the ladder. They can only manage 20 points that season, so they have really turned things around since the turn of the decade. And when you talk to people in the know around the National Premier League's Queensland, they certainly are a contender this year, Brisbane City. He's running into a very good Gold Coast United side here tonight at home, defending their patch of turf. Halliday. Now Rigby. Richardson opens things up for Weldemariam. Here's Weldemariam. Has support in the centre. Halliday profits from the loose pass. Rigby couldn't get body position. Doolan takes the strike on. and only finds a wall of yellow. Malachi Love Samira also claiming an infringement. Play allowed to continue as Gold Coast United through Panetta lose possession. And City try and revive their attack, and Blake Thompson a little too much shoulder in that challenge. As the substitution will be made here, as we watch the reasoning for the free kick. And Teddy Watson will take the bib off Jack Peroni as they will trade places for the remaining half an hour.
But the thing is, they're sold out, aren't they? Like every game of every round is sold out. So yeah, most of them.
Put in a solid shift tonight, Teddy Watson, and Jack Peroni looking to take over up front. Looking to double down is Gray Piddick as they already have the lead. And time ticking in the second half. As Halliday gets to Love Samira. Caspinello finds a touch as Plusner now has Meredith with him. They've certainly changed tack of Brisbane City. Back to be playing with a back three at the moment, as they do all they can to get back in the fight. Halliday. Now it's Allen. Here's Doolan. Braden Doolan trying to create the angle. Saliadare was aware of the situation. And Spink's clearance allowing Doolan on the ball. Just didn't have enough whip and bend on the shot.
Do you mean as in individual players or?
Oh no,
Rigby gets the better of Pratt, and now it's Doolan. Love Samira. Just doesn't have enough space to get to the ball as he had to go around Blake Thompson. Saliadare vigilant. And now Peroni has a ball to chase towards the corner. Gets there in time, and it lands at the feet of Nick Panetta. Gold Coast United double their lead. Bang, bang. Just like that from one end to the other. Gold Coast United have their second.
They'll charge you $110 for the whole season.
Well, from Saliadare's boot to Jack Peroni, who finds Nick Panetta at the back post.
Not from that one anyway.
There was 4 touches from start to finish as they went from box to box, quite literally.
They say, oh, they say, come
Well, Gray, Piddock and co, I'm sure, will breathe a little easier now. Of course, 2-0, a incredibly dangerous scoreline, but the masterful stroke of bringing Jack Peroni into the action has paid off as he earns himself an assist. And Gold Coast United earn themselves a buffer. Of course, we're very aware of what 2-0 provides. It can bring the wobbles, as we saw last weekend. Brisbane Roar Youth up 2-0 against Moreton City. And Moreton City came back to win 3-2 last Saturday afternoon. No doubt Gold Coast United will be aware of that, but Brisbane City have a hill to climb now. Peroni. Panetta. Still driving forward, it's Panetta. Just didn't have the room to create inside the penalty area, and Malachi loves Samaria. They have been at him all night as he turns around and has a word. Potentially feeling he hasn't got many calls. As they have been onto him from the very start of this match. No doubt they knew he was a threat and one they had to target. As Doolan does well to keep the ball in play. Now Brisbane City can create an attack for themselves. Pratt, now Panetta. And nowhere to go as Plusnan brings the ball back, and Brisbane City through Rigby will again look to transfer the ball from sideline to sideline as they have space to work with through Allen. We've seen that swinging play quite a lot tonight as Rigby has been the link between either flank. Here he is again. Shot from distance. Saliadare avoids the corner, and Carlos Saliadare seems to be in some agony as Plusnan's shot was deflected. Saliadare got there in time, and he did receive some support in the first half momentarily, and now he is back on the deck. Carlos Saliadare. This doesn't look good this time around as Malachi loves Samira and Braden Doolan just asking a few questions. That is a subplot at the moment. And Zach Galea may need to start warming up again for Carlos Saliadare. We hope it doesn't come to that. For a moment there, it didn't look very promising. He's back to his feet. And he has a hobble about him. But he looks to be okay to continue. Carlos Saliadare, albeit very gingerly. And play did finish with a Brisbane City throw-in. So that's how things will remain. No doubt he'll be tested, Carlos Saliadare, in terms of his agility. Brisbane City may look to take on a few long-range shots to test out the man with the gloves for Gold Coast United. So far, he's been up to every single task. Had every answer for the questions Brisbane City have posed. And Jackson Simpkin also making his way on the field now. So he is out there for Brisbane City as Carl Dodd looks to turn the tide. Replacing Cohen Allen, Jackson Simpkin. Spink finds Rigby's head. Caspinello does well there to fight off the challenges of Nick Panetta. And Brisbane City don't want to waste any time. They get the throw back in the field of play, and well, as we count down towards the final 15 minutes, a 2-goal deficit for Brisbane City. Chris Lucas and Nick Panetta, the ones for Gold Coast United.
Take photos of him. Kick him. Give him a line of coke. Paddy, if I can get back into it, back in, and another 2 hours later he's back. Oh,
He's still got his carpet on, isn't he?
sure he's driving cranes. Pretty sure he was
Meredith. Requires Simpkin. Now it's Rigby. Halliday. Slowly building Brisbane City. There's Wildemariam's ball. Eludes Braden Doolan. And Doolan does an athletic job to keep it in the field of play and then pick up the free kick. So again, another dead ball situation for Brisbane City. Can they make something work from here? In it goes. Diaz nods it away. And reasonable clearance from Gold Coast United's defensive midfielder. He's been quite influential tonight. Daniel Diaz spent many seasons in National Premier League's New South Wales with Sydney Olympic and Mount Druitt. As the free kick lands the way of Gold Coast United. But for a moment there, Waldemariam certainly asking the question. Simpkin
We found it. Yes.
fighting off Peroni.
80% of the people in there
And Oscar Irinkuje out there now for Brisbane City. The number 9 represented Queensland at the 2022 National Youth Championships. Did Oscar Irinkuje.
and then we stopped just doing we went to the pub and bypassed the club.
And William Dent,
It just, yeah, pub.
also a fresh face and a fresh set of legs for Carl Dodd's men.
None of us needed
As the free kick whipped in, Carl Pector doesn't have a problem with that, and he's bundled over. The card will come. It's Nick Panetta who argues his case. However, it's a little too late for that as he is in the book. Nick Panetta just slowing down the attack. Potentially a smart move there from the Gold Coast United member as they look to manage out the remaining 10 minutes. The hosts do as Brisbane City have it all to do. Thompson intruding there as Peroni. For Diaz. Now Spink sneaks a ball forward to Diaz. Gets by Rigby. And we see the foul count pop up. This is what it was for. Jesse Rigby just making a little too much contact after the fact on Daniel Diaz. Hills turns it around the corner for Peroni. The third goal here will really see off Brisbane City as Chris Lucas was about to unleash, and he did unleash. However, there was a man in front of him that denied what would have been City's third. Or would have been Gold Coast United's third, rather. City getting in the way of things. Simpkin. Plenty of height in that clearance, and pecked up. Look to get the ball moving quickly as Meredith finds Simpkin. They will do all they can here, Brisbane City, to try and promote the ball forward. They have a game to chase, of course. And time slowly ticking against them. As Dent finds support in Doolan. And Doolan unable to shake free. Caspinello, Plusnant, Meredith. The pass count rising very quickly here at the moment for Brisbane City as Rigby uses Plusnant. Dent. A little shy with the pass, and then Spink picks out Meredith. So once again, they'll reload Brisbane City. No doubt they have time remaining. to move quick. Peroni cutting in field. Ran into a dead end. Here's Thompson. Setting sail forward and trying to buy back a few meters. Meredith had to hunt that one down. Dent didn't know where it fell. Diaz pounces on it. Panetta. Fraser Hills. Zahi Addis. Addis finishes it off. That's their third. And Gold Coast United will walk away with the 3 points tonight.
It's sort of like you always do the hip-hop jump, like
Zahi Addis. As cool as you like. Getting the better of Carl Pector.
Okay, let's go. Let's go get drinks. No, we got it.
Young's brought me the last one.
Don't take on the Macedonian, but it's two.
Yeah, so what do you want?
You do take on the Macedonian.
I'm driving, so I'm okay.
Yeah, come not have one anyway.
And they will take their time to get in position. Gold Coast United as Carlos Saliadare earns a break. Zach Galea, the man to replace him. And Brian Satomo also out there now, along with Lachlan Durington for Gold Coast United. Gray Piddick ringing the changes as they seal what has been a successful night. Gold Coast United, Durington, Peroni, they may not be done yet. Still time for another if they want it. Halliday. Doolan. Playing the ball for Dent. Just stuck on his heels. And now Plasnen comes in a little heavy there, and the whistle follows. Jack Peroni was the man involved, receiving the challenge from Plasnen. And it wasn't a welcomed gift, that's for sure, from Jack Peroni's perspective. As the closing minutes of the first half brought a little bit of drama. However, at that point it was only 1-0 in favour of Gold Coast United. Now it is 3 as Durington earns possession back. Sotomo chasing a lost cause. And well, for Brisbane City, they'll face Moreton City next weekend at Walter Park before returning back home at Imperial Corp Stadium to face Redlands United in round 5. And then the Cover Pro Series takes place once more, where they face Peninsula Power in round 4 of that competition. And as for Gold Coast United, well, they'll head up to AJ Kelly Park, where they will do battle with Peninsula Power. And then a midweek clash between Eastern Suburbs in their Kappa Pro Series group, which they have 3 games remaining. Gold Coast United, 9 points available, of course. They currently sit 3 points behind Lions with a game in hand. However, Lions' goal difference at the moment is very superior. 16 goals in favour of Lions, only 7 in favour of Gold Coast United. So one would think Lions would need to drop a game there for Gold Coast United to advance out of the group stage. But funnier things have happened, of course, as Lions have only conceded 4 goals in their 3 matches in that group. And as for Brisbane City, well, they have 2 games left in their group, and they currently sit first ahead of Peninsula Power. So they'll be hoping to double down and get out of the group stage there, Brisbane City. As here's the coming together between Diaz and Halliday. Braden Doolan also going to ground. That's what the future looks like for either side, as we breach the 90 minutes. A couple minutes to add on this Saturday night. And the storyline is Gold Coast United, as they look to create another chance here. Chris Lucas grabbing the net as he was hoping for the ball to find his feet. Simpkin. Plasnan. Plasnan. Now it's Doolan. Caspanello gets it back to Doolan. Can City find one at the end? Spink gets it clear. Plasnan didn't have the time to settle. Into our 3rd minute of added time. Spink this time finds clear air, as Rigby's touch takes him into his own half. Now Plasnan trying to get the better of Jack Peroni to his teammate in Jackson Simpkin. After Derby defeat, Gold Coast United turn things around back here at home. And it's goals to Chris Lucas, Nick Panetta and Zahi Haddis to finish things off for Coplex Family Sports Park. Thank you for your company as full time is here. Gold Coast United 3, Brisbane City 0.